Hey guys, just wanted to do part two of our recap video, Friday recap, where I go over some of the different platforms that I'm in. If you watched the video right before this one, those are the platforms that are working and paying. In this video, we're going to cover some platforms that are having some issues. That way you are in the loop with what's happening with them. Hopefully you get some value from this content and these updates. And I'll just let you know that these platforms are um, yeah, I mean, they're having issues. There's really no other way to put it. Anyway, let's go ahead and talk about them. Of course, it goes without saying that I am not a financial advisor. Never take anything I say as financial advice. If you are going to get into any of the platforms that I talk about, do your own research, do your own due diligence. Just know that there is risk involved. Some platforms are riskier than others, but let's be clear, these platforms, all of them, they carry risk. So if you do decide to get in, only put in what you can afford to lose, guys. Okay, risk capital only. Also, follow me on Telegram. I will leave a link for that down below. If you haven't subscribed yet to this channel, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the little bell icon. That way, you'll get notified straight away whenever I do a brand new video. So, let's jump right into them, guys. The first one I'm going to talk about is kind of a borderline. It's a borderline platform in the sense that it's not having issues in the sense that it's not paying or you can't withdraw. As a matter of fact, I just did a withdrawal, and it hit my wallet. It was just under $2,000. So this one is paying. Okay. The issue that I have with them, it's not really a major issue, but at the same time, it is, right? Because when a platform promises something and they don't deliver, I'm not going to say it's a red flag, but it's something that you should probably be aware of. Okay, they did that bull promo. What was it called? The bull run promo, where they had a bunch of bonuses that they were giving out to people that hit certain thresholds. I believe that promo ended a month ago, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a while since it ended, and they haven't paid out any of those bonuses. So I know inside of their Facebook group, people are saying, "Hey, how come you haven't paid out the bull run promo?" And there really hasn't been any type of response. Um, so again, it's a I don't again like I said, it's I don't want to say it's a red flag, but anytime a platform promises something and then doesn't deliver, um, it's a pet peeve of mine, right? Other than that, I do want to be clear. It is paying. Okay, every withdrawal that I've requested has hit my wallet. Now, again, there has been a few people. I looked inside of their Facebook group. There has been a few people that said, "Hey, I didn't get my withdrawal. What's going on?" But there's a lot of other people saying, "Hey, I got my withdrawal. It hit my wallet." Me personally, the withdrawals have hit my wallet. So again, I can tell you firsthand that the withdrawals, at least as of right now, as I make this video, they are working. But yeah, CoinMarketBull, just wanted to talk a little bit about them. Again, it's a borderline platform in the sense that it is paying, but you know they've promised a few things and haven't really delivered. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But again, it's paying. Novatech, I did a video last night giving my thoughts on yesterday's news. They are now a restricted region. Excuse me, the U.S. is now a restricted region for Novatech right now. So again, affiliates or members, rather, is probably a better term. Members that are in the U.S. We're not even 100% clear what's going to happen. There hasn't been an official announcement, or at least I haven't seen. If other leaders or higher ups are privy to, some inner circle conversations with the owners, I'm not privy to that. So I haven't received anything or seen anything officially addressing the U.S. and what in the news yesterday. But I have heard, unofficially from sources of mine that members in the U.S., nothing's really going to change. Existing members, rather, nothing's going to really change. We can't obviously bring in new members from, restricted regions. In this case, the U.S. is what I'm talking about. Um, but as far as existing members, we can still log into our account. I believe we'll still be able to withdraw. Now, again, the withdrawals are a whole other story. Okay. Um, but as far as the status of what's going to happen moving forward for US members, I believe if you're an existing member, nothing's going to change. They said, in their words, quote unquote, it's going to be business as usual. Now, the whole withdrawal conversation, that's a whole other story. I haven't received my last two withdrawals. My last one was a pretty sizable one. I think it was like 9K. So that one's kind of still sending and pending. The other one was like 15 or 1600 bucks. That one's still pending as well. So we'll see. I mean, that's a whole other conversation. So, needless to say, the platform is definitely having some issues. Hopefully they can work through them. I'm hoping for the best. Obviously, if you watched my video yesterday, I said I'm hoping for the best, expecting the worst. But yeah, I do want to remain hopeful and patient, because again, we do have quite a bit, not only our personal funds still in the platform, but we do have a nice sized team. Now, the silver lining is if you got in when I first started talking about this, because we've been in Novatech for a long time. It's been a long time since we've been in Novatech. So if you got in, when I first started talking about it, or even, a month after or 2 months after, you're in profit. Okay. Even if you never referred anybody, you're in profit. Okay. So vast majority of our team, I would imagine 95+% of our team is in profit with this platform, maybe even more. So that's a silver lining. But we'll see what happens. Again, I'm going to remain patient and see what happens with this platform. I do want them to come back. I mean, they're a platform that's been around for a couple of years, and there are platforms where the people behind the platform, developers, they're just malicious, um, bad intentions. I don't believe that's the case with these guys. I could be wrong. I don't know. Again, I don't have any relationship with the owners. Never spoke to them. Never had a conversation with them. Um, I don't think that's the case. I think they're well intentioned, but it's just it's a big platform. I mean, there are hundreds of thousands of members in this platform, and obviously that size membership base will put a strain on any platform. And again, there's been other things that have happened along the way, um, that have caused kind of like a domino effect of issues. But I want to remain hopeful and see what happens. Again, I'm still waiting for an official announcement concerning the U.S. Once I get that, I'll relay that back to you guys. Make sure you're plugged into our Telegram. But yeah, Novatech, we'll have to wait and see what happens. Validus, this is a platform that we've been in, another platform we've been in for quite a while. Um, coming on a year, I guess, maybe a little bit less, but we've been in for that long. The platform itself is probably about a year and more than a year and a half old. And again, you average about 10% a month with this platform. Now, they've suspended withdrawals. Last month, they suspended withdrawals. They said on the 16th, at least last I heard, the date that was given to us was the 16th is when they're going to turn it back on. It's the 12th as I'm making this video. So, next week at some point, hopefully, fingers crossed, knock on wood, they turn on the withdrawals again and we can withdraw. As of right now, as I make this video, the withdrawals are still suspended. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with Validus. Again, another platform that I want to remain hopeful. They have a huge membership base globally as well. And yeah, again, it's really nothing we can do. We have to just kind of strap in and ride the roller coaster and see what happens. So again, the date is next week. The 16th is when they said they were going to turn withdrawals back on. We'll see what happens. I'll keep you guys informed. Again, silver lining with this one, we have pulled out what we've put in. All of these platforms, I believe, we've pulled out more than we put in, which is again, the key to these platforms, guys, okay, this is just a side note, is you want to get in early as possible. You only want to put in risk capital, but you want to be diversified. You want to spread your risk over several platforms so you're not overexposed to risk. And then for me, my wash, rinse, repeat strategy with these platforms is to pull out my seed capital ASAP. Okay, the faster I can do that, then I'm risk free. I'm in profit. It's house money, right? We're essentially playing with house money at that point. So we've been able to do that with Validus. Needless, but that being said, I would love for it to come back. It's been, a rock solid, steady performer in our portfolio, and hopefully it'll continue to do that. Again, I don't believe the people behind it are malicious. What they're saying is they're launching Validus 2.0, and there's going to be some changes to the model. So because they're transitioning into that 2.0 version, they had to suspend the withdrawals. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's never good. It's never a good thing. No matter how you spin it, it's never a good thing when withdrawals are suspended. So, but what can we do? We just have to kind of ride the wave and see what happens here. So I'll keep you guys updated on Validus. Uh, let's talk a little bit about TT platform. This one here, oh man, where to start with this one? This one here, they've been having some issues. Again, I'm not really, I'll even be honest with you, I'm not really even 100% clear on what's happening with this platform. From what I can gather, they are discontinuing the platform and launching a new one. Now they're giving people the option to get a refund. It's not really clear on how that refund works or how long it's going to take for you to get it. I'm almost positive it's not going to be like an instant refund. That's impossible. So, if they say, "Hey, we can give you a refund," it'll be something that's going to be drawn out, and who knows if you're ever going to get it. Or you can take what you have here and roll it into the new quote unquote platform that they're launching, which again, I'm not even 100% clear on what that's going to look like too. So I believe the 17th, again, don't quote me on that date. I think the 17th is when they want you to make a decision on whether you want to refund or you want to roll into the new platform. And then they're going to roll that out. Now, while all of this is happening, we haven't been able to withdraw. So yeah, it's been a a crap show for the last couple of weeks with this platform. But again, we got into this platform, almost a year ago. Even if you haven't referred anybody, if you got in when we first started talking about it, I would imagine you're profitable already, um, or close to it, right? Um, but yeah, I mean, we'll have to, again, another platform. We'll have to kind of wait and see. And with the back in, I was gonna say back in my day, like when I first got into this space, 2016, 2017, we would get into these platforms, and nowadays they call it a rug pull, right? Back then it was just a good old fashioned exit scam, right? So you would try to get on the site, and the site would be gone, right? It would just disappear. The Telegram would be gone. All social media, platforms that they were communicating with their members, these platforms, it would be gone, right? Some of you OGs could probably relate to that. You remember those days, right? And it was just like a clear cut. All right, it's gone. That's it. Let's move forward and cut our losses, right? Nowadays, you have these platforms that are just going to drag you. You know what I mean? The website is up, and they say, "Hey, we're going to launch this, and stay with us." And it's like it's a more long drawn out process where instead of just ripping the band-aid off, they want to just drag it along. And I hate platforms. I mean, just it's so annoying. It's like it's like being in a toxic relationship with somebody, or an abusive relationship where you want to cut it, but they keep kind of dragging you they keep dragging you along. And I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Again, I'm not holding my breath for any of these platforms. I've said it before. I'm not married to any platform. Okay. And I'm willing to walk away from any platform. Now, that being said, do I want these platforms to make a comeback? Of course I do. I have funds in all of them. Um, but historically, I've never really seen a platform, launch a 2.0 version and do well with it. So, you know, again, I'm hoping for the best with all of these platforms, but I'm not holding my breath. Anyway, just to kind of circle back, TT platform, we'll have to wait and see the 17th. If they announce anything about what they're going to be doing, but that's where they're at. Okay, MaxSpread. This is another platform that I got to turn on my VPN, but this is a platform that is having some, at least from my experience. Now, some people have said, "Hey, it's working fine. I've gotten my withdrawals." I have like 3 or 4 withdrawal requests that have been sitting in the queue, just pending for almost a month now. So you know, we'll have to wait and see what happens here. Again, I want to be very clear. When there's a platform that is having issues with withdrawals, do not put new funds. I get email notifications of people whenever they're joining, and I'm like, man, there's so many people joining our team that I would imagine this platform still, and who knows if they're putting new funds into this. Again, if there's issues with withdrawals, don't put any new funds, at least until the dust settles and you can see if the withdrawals are working again. Okay. So if you're sitting on the sidelines and you're looking at this and saying, hey, maybe I want to get involved with this, don't put any new funds until, we tell you, hey, withdrawals are going through, we're getting them, we're good to go. Now, those of you like myself that are already in the platform and have funds tied into it, again, we just have to kind of wait and see it and see if they can get it all sorted out and everything gets back to normal. But me, from my firsthand experience, we haven't received our withdrawal requests as of yet. Okay. Now, again, if I do, I'll let you guys know. I'll post it over on the Telegram. But so far, this one here, it's having some issues. All right. So that brings me to the last platform I'm going to talk about, which is, as you guys know, VinnieLook. VinnieLook has they've been going through a transition, if you want to call it that, right? Um, when we first got into this, it was paying out 3% a day. VDL token was going up, but it was working smooth. It was working smooth for the whatever 5-6 weeks that we were in it, until they decided to launch this new version. Okay, now again, I want to be very clear. I'm not even 100% sure what's going on. I've jumped on a lot of different Zooms, watched a ton of videos, and it just seems like there's nothing hard as far as updates. A lot of times, you'll get on a webinar or a Zoom, and they'll say something like, "Okay, guys, we're gonna get it fixed. We're gonna get it handled, but wait till next week, and we'll have more news for you." So this is another one that they're just kind of dragging you along and taking you along for the ride. Um, what's happened with my account? I have no clue. All the funds that I had in my account, I don't even know where it's where it's at. I was a 4 star. Now I'm a 1 star. It's so confusing. It's so confusing. So I mean, I haven't been watching ads because it's like, why bother, right? Um, hmm. Let me see if I go back here and I go to assets. It looks like I have 99 VDL. Uh, I'm gonna try to withdraw it. I know there's a limit to how much you can withdraw. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry. So I'm gonna try to withdraw. I know I can swap it out for USDT, but then when I try to withdraw, I think the limit that for me, I think it's like 11 USDT is what I can withdraw or something like that. So yeah, withdrawals are working, but it's so restricted that you're withdrawing, just a couple of bucks, you know, here and there. As opposed to before where there was no restrictions and we were withdrawing, whatever we had, if we wanted to withdraw, we could. Now, there's a limit. Let me see here. Let me see if I withdraw. Um, 98. Let me see, withdraw. Let me see if I can grab this real quick. Um, so yeah, last time I tried to withdraw, I think the limit for me was 11 bucks. Hopefully I can withdraw a little bit more now, but it's still, there's so many different restrictions. What is that? All right, cool. So I was able to withdraw, I think 98 USDT. I'm gonna try to withdraw from this one here because there's two. BDL. Let's see, trade, sell, 56 firm. Right, cool. So let me see if I can withdraw that 56 bucks. See, that's withdraw all. Let me see if I can get a password here. Okay, here we go. All right, cool. I think it went through. So yeah, I mean again, I'm not 100% clear with how these things are working. The withdrawals are going through. It's minimal how much it's paying out. Um, it's definitely not the version it was when we first got in. I'm just gonna see if I can withdraw out from here. I haven't added one penny. I have no intention of adding any new funds to this particular platform. But if I can withdraw out from what I had before, and if there's a way for me to withdraw some of that, you can see I just withdrew 90 plus from the one back office, and I think 55 from this back office. And again, it's not daily. This is not what I'm making daily. I think this is for the last week that's been built up. So, it's minimal what we can withdraw compared to what we were able to withdraw before. But anything we can withdraw out from it is a good thing. So, anyway, that's pretty much it, guys, for these platforms. Again, follow me on Telegram, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. As always, do your own research and only put in what you can afford to lose. And that's a wrap for this video. All right, guys, peace.